Okay, so Battlefield 6 is almost here, and honestly, the hype is continuing to rise. We're less than a month away from release, and already this thing is smashing records. The open beta pulled in massive numbers on Steam, pre-orders are climbing fast on the PlayStation Store, and the buzz around this game is everywhere. And so for a franchise that stumbled pretty hard with Battlefield 2042, this feels like a true comeback moment. But the thing that everyone's talking about right now isn't the campaign or the classic multiplayer, it's the Battle Royale mode. Yes, Battlefield is officially taking another swing at Battle Royale, and this time it actually looks like DICE and EA are swinging for the fences. We've got fresh info from Battlefield Labs, early leaks, and hands-on impressions from playtesters that are giving us a much clearer picture of how this game mode is going to work. And some of these details, they're honestly wild. We're talking about destructible environments everywhere, a massive squad-based setup with 100 players, unique mission systems, and most importantly, what the devs are calling the deadliest ring in Battle Royale. And that's right, no damage over time storm, no gas cloud that you could cheese your way through. If this fire ring touches you, you're instantly out. No revives, no crawling, no tricks, you are done. And so today we're breaking it all down. The core details of Battlefield 6's Battle Royale, how it compares to other BRs, why this might be Battlefield's redemption after Firestorm, and of course, the skepticism, because let's be real here, EA doesn't exactly have a flawless track record with launches. So let's dive in. Okay, so let's start with the big news. Battlefield 6's Battle Royale is shaping up to be the boldest attempt that the franchise has ever made at capturing the BR audience. The latest Battlefield Labs update laid out a whole lot of core mechanics, and they're not pulling any punches. First, the Ring of Death. In most BRs, we're used to the idea of a shrinking circle that slowly ticks away at your health. You can hang around the edges, stim your way through it, or maybe even pull off some cheesy plays to outlast someone stuck inside. But not here. In Battlefield 6, the ring kills you instantly. One touch, and you're gone. That is it. And so the devs even described it as the deadliest ring in Battle Royale, and they're leaning into that high-stakes energy. It's fire-based, and there's no exploiting it. No dipping in and out, no sneaky heals, no waiting in the storm. You either stay inside the safe zone, or you're toast. Literally. And next, of course, there's the destruction. This is a Battlefield game, so of course destruction is here, but in the Battle Royale mode, it's everywhere. Entire buildings, cover points, and environments can be leveled, which is a game changer compared to other BRs. And so think about it, in Warzone or Fortnite, you've always got predictable cover. In Battlefield 6, that wall you're hiding behind might be rubble in 5 seconds if an enemy squad wants it gone. And then we've got the scale. Matches are built around 100 players split into 25 squads of 4. And so that's a familiar number for BR fans, but it's a bit of a course correction for Battlefield. Remember, 2042 tried those massive 128 player lobbies, and it didn't quite work out. And here, they're dialing it back to something tighter with more controlled chaos. And vehicles are also in the mix, but interestingly, they're split into 2 categories. You've got transport vehicles scattered across the map to help squads get around, and then the armored combat vehicles that teams can unlock if they play their cards right. And so that balance could help avoid turning every match into a tank simulator while still giving squads some tools to control the battlefield. And loot works how you'd expect it. Weapons, attachments, gear scattered around the map, but here's where Battlefield 6 adds a twist. Squads will have missions they can complete mid-match to earn XP and rewards. And so combine that with the class system, which is locked once a match starts, and you've got a BR that leans into Battlefield's squad-based DNA while still delivering the last squad standing intensity. And finally, they're adding what they call multiple tools to give squad mates second chances. And that's beyond your normal revives and redeploys. Now, unfortunately, there's no details yet, but it sounds like we'll see some unique mechanics to keep matches from ending the second your team takes a bad fight. And all in all, it's a lot to take in. On paper, this is shaping up to be one of the most unique spins on Battle Royale that we've seen in years. But the real question is, will it actually work? But now, let's talk about the playground that this all takes place in, the map. Now, we don't have a full name for it yet, but early playtests and leaks suggest it's massive, with tons of variety across points of interest. You've got urban centers, rural villages, wide open fields, industrial complexes, and of course, all of it is destructible. And what really makes the map different is how it interacts with the ring. Because this isn't just a shrinking storm, it's a literal wall of fire that's closing in. And that fire changes the atmosphere completely. Players can't just play the edge or use the ring as cover. Instead, you're forced into these high-stake firefights as the circle tightens. And so imagine this, your squad is holed up in a small town, defending against another team across the street. Normally, in a BR, you could buy some time, but here, the fire's rolling in, the buildings are coming down around you, and there's no option but to push or die. And so it's intense, it's chaotic, and it's very Battlefield-esque. And vehicles will add another layer here. Transport vehicles let you rotate quickly across the massive map, but they also make you a target. Armored vehicles, on the other hand, are power plays, but they won't be everywhere. There'll be rewards for squads that actually earn them. And so it's a design philosophy that pushes squads to make choices. Do you risk going for an armored vehicle and draw attention, or do you play it safe and stay mobile? Do you dig in and defend, knowing that destruction could erase your cover, or do you stay on the move? And so this isn't just another BR map, it's a Battlefield sandbox, and that is a huge deal. And so the question is, how does this all compare to the big dogs of the genre? Well, Fortnite still dominates when it comes to creativity and accessibility. Apex Legends has the edge in movement and hero-style gameplay, and Warzone carved out its space with realism, big maps, and tight gunplay, minus all the crazy skins. In Battlefield 6, it's aiming to bring its signature identity into the genre. Massive destruction, squad-focused gameplay, and that brutal ring. The destruction piece alone could set it apart. Fortnite has building, sure, but once something's built, it's solid. Apex and Warzone don't have much environmental destruction beyond some scripted events. Battlefield 6 makes destruction part of every single match, meaning the battlefield literally changes as the game goes on. And the ring is the other big differentiator. Instant-death zones aren't new in games, but making the entire BR ring function that way, that is bold, and it's going to force faster matches, fewer drawn-out edge fights, and way more mid-map chaos. But of course, the flip side is that all this could be too much. BRs thrive on pacing and balance. If matches are too chaotic, if destruction removes too much cover, if the ring feels unfair, people just simply won't stick around. And that's where the skepticism comes in, because if we're being honest, this is a high-risk, high-reward design. And now let's not forget, this isn't Battlefield's first attempt at BR. Back in Battlefield 5, we had Firestorm, and yeah, it really didn't work. The map was big, but kind of empty. Vehicles are overpowered, the ring didn't feel threatening, and most importantly, the mode just didn't hook players the way that Warzone or Apex did at the time. And so why try again? Well, Battlefield 6 feels like a redemption shot. They've taken lessons from Firestorm's failure, listened to what worked in other BRs, and doubled down on what makes Battlefield unique. The destructible environments, the squad-focused gameplay, the instant kill ring, all of that feels like a direct response to criticisms of Firestorm. It's faster, deadlier, and way more distinct. And so if they can pull it off, this could be the BR that finally gives Battlefield a real seat at the table. And honestly, the early signs are good. Even before release, Battlefield 6 is making waves. On the PlayStation Store, it's outpacing Call of Duty Black Ops 7 in pre-orders. The open beta didn't just do well, it broke records, beating COD's all-time concurrent player count on Steam by over 30,000 users. And so that's massive. It shows people are hungry for Battlefield again, and that excitement is exactly what this BR mode needs to launch strong. But of course, it's not all sunshine and, well, explosions. First, the player counts. EA has said 100 player lobbies are the goal, but the current test is running 64 players. And so that's a big drop off, and it makes me wonder if they're struggling with balance over server stability. Second is the destruction. Don't get me wrong, it is awesome, but if too much cover gets wiped out too fast, matches could turn into open field chaos with nowhere to hide, and that might frustrate more casual players. Third is EA's track record. Battlefield 2042's launch was rough, and EA has a history of pushing monetization hard. Battle Royale modes are notorious for battle passes, cosmetics, and microtransactions. I'm looking at you, Call of Duty. And while that's expected, the question is, how aggressive will EA be? And finally, there's just the simple fact that BR is a crowded market and also just oversaturated, and it's already been done. Fortnite, Warzone, Apex, they've all been running for years with established communities. And so breaking in isn't easy no matter how cool your mechanics are. And so yeah, I'm definitely excited for sure, but I am also a little cautious. But at the end of the day, Battlefield 6's Battle Royale isn't just about competing with Fortnite or Warzone. It's about redefining what Battlefield can be in 2025. If this mode works, it could become the centerpiece of Battlefield moving forward. If it fails though, well, it might just be another Firestorm. And so the stakes are high, but that's what makes it so exciting. And so here's where I'm at. Battlefield 6's Battle Royale has the potential to be something special. The deadliest ring in BR, destructible environments, vehicles, missions, squad-focused gameplay, it's all sounding incredible. But it's also risky. If the execution isn't there, if the balance feels off, if the launch is messy, then we're right back where we started. For now though, I'm hopeful. Battlefield's already proving it has momentum again, and this Battle Royale could be the thing that keeps that fire burning long after launch. And so October 10th is coming fast, and I can't wait to see if this mode delivers. So what do you guys think? Are you excited for Battlefield's return to Battle Royale, or are you skeptical after Firestorm in 2042? Let me know in the comments down below. Definitely curious to hear your thoughts. And if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're new, as I will continue to make more gaming news videos just like this one. Until next time.